Welcome to another episode of Influencers Inside Stories from the Top. Today we have a very special guest with us. She was an IS aspirant and now she is working as a full time content creator. But she's not alone here. We have another guest who is working in a management consulting firm and is now acing the game of content creation. So please welcome Ishita and Sain. So Ishita, your journey from UPSC to content creation is literally really unique. So let's start from beginning. Like what made you shift from India's most toughest exam to content creation, like full-time content creation?
What made me shift? Just the realization that I was stuck in this vicious cycle of preparing, giving the exam, not clearing, and then you go back to square one. And I realized कि जितने भी aspirants हैं इस country में, they sort of get stuck in that cycle, and I didn't want to be stuck there. So how content creation happened was that after 3 attempts, I realized that I want to.
You completed 3 attempts of your
Yes,
IS
I did. So I
aspirant?
prepared
Okay.
for 2.5 years,
Yeah.
seriously. And the exam is so arbitrary that for me, it just didn't feel that it was the right decision for me to continue on that path of preparing the exam. I was about 24, 25, and I wanted to start being financially independent.
Okay.
So I started doing a lot of freelance gigs around content creation. So I worked with a food blogging company and they asked me to create a YouTube video for them or start their YouTube channel. So I used to do food reviews like 6 years back, and I directed the whole video content for them and shot it and everything, and I really enjoyed it. It just came really naturally to me. So I was just like, why not just do it for myself? And that's when the switch happened.
Okay. This was in year which?
20 I remember I was 24 years old, but that would be about 5.5, 6 years back. Yeah.
Okay. So this made you shift to content creation.
2018, I'd say 2018.
Okay. So what made you shift into fashion content basically, like from food blogging to then?
So I'm not a foodie at all. It was just the freelancing gig that came my way, and I just wanted to make that extra money because, like I said, I was really just not happy living my father's pocket money, and I used to get a fixed pocket money. I wanted to be able to earn my own money, pay my own rent, etc., etc. All my friends around me were doing corporate jobs or something or the other, and it was just that ick or itch to just want to do my own thing. So that's why I started doing freelancing gigs, and this came my way. And from there, it just went to me wanting to start my channel. And fashion is something that I just felt like I like dressing up. I enjoy styling, talking about what I'm wearing and how I'm wearing and why I'm wearing it. So that just came very naturally to me.
Okay, so from zeal to passion.
You could say, yeah. And I absolutely love editing. Like a lot of creators, I don't know if they are. So a lot of creators who get into it, and probably we can talk about it later, do not have their base of editing. They rely on editors and all
Yes,
of that.
of course.
But I absolutely love editing.
Bro, why do you look at me when you said
No,
that?
I didn't. No, I was looking at you so that I know you'll agree that a lot of creators
I
don't
agree,
have.
Agreement look.
Yeah, that was that look. So
I thought
yeah.
you were saying you are that creator.
No, you edit. You edit
Yeah.
your content. You're a decent editor, but I'm a better editor.
Okay.
So yeah, editing was one thing that I loved. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And coming up to you, Sen, you have such an interesting background. Like you're working in a management consulting firm and then into content creation. So can you please walk us through your past days? What happened?
So when I was in college, my only aim was to get into a management consulting firm. That
Okay.
was my only aim.
Okay.
Right? And the other aim was to have a good sneaker collection. That's it. Only two aims.
Okay.
Right. So when I started working, I didn't really like the corporate environment. I thought there was a barrier to growth in a corporate environment. So after 2 years, I shifted to a startup, and I worked in a media startup for like 2 years. So that company was also creating content for YouTube. They had multiple channels.
Okay. This was in year?
This was in year 2019. I shifted to the other job.
Okay.
Right, and they were also creating YouTube videos only.
Okay.
So that was fun. I took like a 1/3 salary drop, right? But I was like, I just want to get into the world of YouTube. I love it.
Oh.
Yeah, and so when I saw what they were creating, it was all it was all entertainment and comedy and nothing to learn from.
Yeah.
And I really had this, I don't know if it's a moral thing, but I was like, by entertainment content, I don't want to make. Like,
Okay.
it's not me.
It's not
I don't
your
want
thing.
to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to be involved with just
entertainment and
Yeah, like a script and ha ha he he. I don't want to do that.
yeah,
I wanted to like create something impactful.
impactful. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I really liked fashion and grooming, and then that's why I started.
From your college days, you liked fashion and grooming.
In my
no?
college days, I liked sneakers, and then that's it. That's all I liked. I didn't know how to style them.
Okay.
मैं कुछ भी पहन लेता था ऊपर, shirt and jeans and sneakers.
Sneaker lover.
Yeah, and when I got into corporate, I started dressing sharp for office, and then I was like, if I'm wearing sneakers outside the office, I should be styling them well.
Yeah.
And that's when I got into street style, and then I learned it from the whole internet, right? And then I was like, I want to create my own content.
Okay.
So then I started creating, and then 2021 I started creating in the second COVID thing, lockdown that happened,
Okay.
right?
Full-time content creation.
No, I was still working. I started doing content, but then I couldn't do both. So I used to create one YouTube video a month.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so it was very very slow, and I just couldn't do both of them together. And then I was like F this, I don't want to do either. Then I quit my job, and I quit my job, not like it wasn't planned. Like it was, I was on a call, it was a review meet, और वो चल रही है और सबने हाँ ये update हो गया, वो update हो गया, ये number हो गया. And then I told my CEO, bro, just hold on to the call for a second. Everyone else left, and I was like, bro, नहीं हो रहा मेरे से, I can't do this. I'm quitting today.
Okay.
और मैं डिसाइड भी नहीं किया था.
Sudden.
Yeah, the call started, मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा था भाई कभी तो क्विट करूंगा, और उसी कॉल पे कर दिया.
Wow. Sudden decisions are good.
Yeah, then it turned out to be good. Like, yeah.
So, like this is a big shift. What both of you did, like from a very tough exam to digital. Like you were working in a corporate to digital. So, what was the reaction of your family, peers, relatives?
For me, my family's always been very supportive. I don't think they really understood what content creation, like they didn't really understand what I'm doing, but they were okay with whatever I was doing.
Back in time, it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, like even now too.
Yeah.
Now they understand it, but then if they have to explain it to a friend, they struggle to explain it. Like, "Tumhe kaise batau what?" But I think now it's pretty much marketing. That's how my dad says that. Influencer marketing is a thing now, so that's how he explains it. But they didn't really understood what it was and how you make money or how you monetize it or what am I getting out of it. They didn't understand that, but they were happy as long as I was happy and I was content with what I'm doing.
So, family was supportive. Any relative or coming and pinching ki ye kya kar
Never,
diya?
not with me. I've been lucky enough. I know that happens with a lot of
a lot of people,
creators,
yeah.
and I'm sure them.
Yeah.
But not. My relatives are like kind of fascinated that they're like, oh, feature me also in your video, like they're like that. So
Really supportive.
yeah.
What
Touch
about your
wood.
friends?
My friends, I think with friends it's more like I felt like, oh, are they going to judge me for what I'm doing or whatever? But I think your core friends sort of get it.
Yeah.
And also they're in the same generation. Like I don't have to stress about, like parents, you still stress that, okay, will they get what I do? But I think friends do. My friends have been supportive as well. Like not supportive, but like silent supporters. They'll engage with my content. If I'll tell them to engage with my content, if not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're equally yeah.
engaged, it's not problematic.
Yeah, not problematic at
Cool.
all. Yeah.
Yeah. And you?
When I quit my job, I didn't tell my parents for like 6-7 months.
Oh.
Yeah, I told them I'm working from home because क्योंकि तभी lockdown हुआ था.
हाँ,
Third lockdown.
हाँ, work from home was the thing.
So yeah, again work from home started, and I didn't tell them that I've quit. बता देता तो फिर तो because the initial months I wasn't earning anything. तो मैं क्या बोल के like
क्या बोल के
there was
quit कर
nothing
दिया?
to tell them कि I'm quitting my jobs. I can make money like this. No, they will only look at results कि bank account में आया कितना.
Yeah.
Right? Or like even if they don't care about if it's a big amount or a
Yeah,
small
small.
amount, they're just
आना
like
चाहिए.
some steady amount is
हाँ,
coming.
exactly. तो जब आपने बताया तब
Thanks for the sound effects.
जब आपने बताया तब कैसा था मतलब what was their reaction जब आपने बताया finally that I am into this thing now?
So what happened was they already could see my Insta page, and then I was out with my mom in a mall, and then people started recognizing and they started coming, and then she was like, oh, they're coming, I'll just stand to the side. She took pictures. She looked very happy. I was like, perfect moment to tell her हाँ कि अभी खुश हैं, अभी बता देता हूँ. And then I told her that I quit my job 6 months back. Then she didn't talk to me for like 2 weeks. कि बताया क्यों नहीं? I would have been supportive. She wouldn't have been. But वो कह रही थी ये. But then yeah, I told her at that time the income was okayish. So she didn't have a problem. My dad really doesn't give a fuck. He's like, जो
कुछ भी
करना है
करो,
कर भाई,
जो भी करना
मेरे को क्या
है
है, हाँ.
relatives, friends, कहीं से कुछ trip
Relatives, I don't know initially because I honestly, when I quit my job and I knew after quitting my job, I took a month break. I didn't do anything, and then I realized that I want to focus on content. When I realized I want to focus on content, I knew that I have to like forget everything for the next 1 year and just focus on building a base.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I stopped meeting relatives. I cut off friends. And then because I had to hustle, right? So I don't know what relatives actually felt in the initial stages. I don't really know.
Okay.
जब मम्मी पापा ही नहीं बता पाए उनको कि क्या कर रहा है तो उनको तो लगा जॉब कर रहा हूँ मैं, मतलब तो कैसे ही पता चला
उनका
होगा.
कोई ऐसे- वो
Yeah,
नहीं
but now they're like very
Up to, of
they're
course.
proud of it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So finally, you guys shifted. So what were the challenges you guys faced when you started with the content creation? मतलब वो zero से scratch से जो आपने अपनी community build की, you guys have fans and community who look up to you, who
Yeah.
are getting influenced by you guys.
Yeah.
So what were the challenges to build that brand image, brand value?
Yeah.
So initial challenges, just
So when I started my YouTube channel, like I didn't want YouTube is what I wanted my platform to be. In fact, it wasn't a sudden decision like his was. I planned a lot. Like I launched my channel in July 2019, like on my birthday, and I knew in January that I want to launch it on X date. So there was a lot of planning, and I did a lot of research. And at that time, the algorithm on YouTube was very different. So if you did your research in terms of what's trending, what people are liking to watch right now, and you were consistent, you would see the results. So I had literally thought to it as a business step. Like this is what I want to be full time and like earning from.
Yeah.
So it was a very planned decision. So for me, the problems as such was not like I was going in like how you would start a startup today, and you would expect it to grow slowly. So I went in with that intention that I know that if I put in the effort and I put in the time and I do it the right way, I should see the results. And I think and eventually I did. Of course, thanks to COVID as well, because if not thanks, but like a lot of people
okay.
were
Thanks
at
but
home.
not thanks.
Thanks but no thanks.
Yeah.
Were at home and there was a boom of digital media. So, and I happened to start my channel just before the pandemic hit. So it kind of one or two videos went viral.
Okay.
Also, my family was very helpful in me shooting videos. Like my mom would be a part of my videos. So,
Oh, that's sweet.
So that way, it's very different from his journey.
Yeah.
But that way, I had a lot of support at home from. So it was just fun and like.
And we
interactive.
want to hear your challenges now.
I think I just from the last question only I realized the biggest struggle was never कि भाई edit कैसे होएगा, film कैसे होएगा. The biggest struggle for me, I think, not the biggest struggle, but in hindsight, the biggest thing was like there's no one to support you in the initial times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, family, yes, maybe. I think it's really an exception with her that family was supportive. Most creators don't get enough emotional and moral support.
Yeah.
Like because no one understands, right? Maybe now people would understand, but 3 years back when I started, like no one understood. All my friends would make fun of me.
Yeah.
They would take a screenshot of the reel that I just posted, put it on the WhatsApp group, and then just put clown emojis.
Oh God.
Right? So I mean and you can say, okay, fuck this bro, I'll still post, but you really need that strength inside you.
Yeah, it trains you mentally.
Yeah. I mean, the step I took was I just cut off those friends. I'm not friends with them anymore.
Okay.
I mean, of course, you lose friends because of that.
Yeah.
But then I think it was worth it.
Yeah. Worth.
So I think that's the biggest struggle.
Yeah.
Not having moral support.
Moral support. That's the biggest struggle you have faced. You have been creating content from quite a few years now. तो जब आपने स्टार्ट किया था तो एल्गोरिथम बहुत ही अलग था एंड अभी से लेकर तो मतलब इट वाज देयर इज अ वास्ट डिफरेंस यू कैन से सो सब इवॉल्व हो गया ना यूट्यूब भी इवॉल्व हो गया इंस्टाग्राम भी इवॉल्व हो गया है सो what is your take on algorithm? What was the algorithm when you guys started creating content and How is it doing now? तब से अब तक का सफर.
I mean, जब मैंने start किया था, I didn't even know algorithm होता क्या है. मतलब, I didn't know at all. I don't know. Did you know what an algorithm is?
Basic
I
English
didn't know.
definitions I know.
English definition, yes, but I just didn't know how the content works initially. I think for the first few months or even a year, you keep putting out content, see what works, what you enjoy yourself making. So it's changed quite a bit since then. Like that time, I didn't care about the algorithm. Now, because the content is completely based on how, I mean, the reach of your content is completely based on the algorithm. Like earlier, it was the quality of content. Now it's more about what the algorithm is pushing and what people are watching. So that is what I hate about the whole algorithm thing, because then the creator is just a slave to the algorithm, and then you're forced to do things that would work.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then obviously you lag behind in numbers. In
Then your
reach.
content is not being pushed to the
Yeah.
right audience.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people say that, oh, maybe your content is not good enough.
Yeah. People
They say that that's why it's not getting the reach, but honestly, I don't feel that with a lot of my content pieces. I feel like it's a great piece of content if, say, an ex creator would have done it with say a million follower base, they would have gotten the reach on the same level of thing. It's a lot about, if you already have a million base, you will get that reach sort of a situation.
So according to you, it's more about follower count?
No, it's not actually. It's a mix of various things, but
Mix of many things.
it's a mix of many things. But my point was that if a piece of content that I'm making and someone is telling me it's not good enough, but I know that if another creator with a larger reach posts exactly the same thing, it will get the reach. So it's not the content that is in question. So yeah, the algorithm, the only thing that I don't like is now we're like a slave to it. Earlier, it didn't bother me at all. I was just putting
Earlier
out
you had the leverage to
yeah, exactly.
create
Like,
whatever you want to create.
exactly,
and
yeah.
No time durations.
Yeah, and it didn't bother me as much. I think it's more with the more time you spend. And now there's so many creators.
Yeah, so many creators.
There's so much competition. Everyone's, fighting for that view that of
One
that one
viral reel,
Exactly.
yeah.
So now it bothers you a lot more.
Yeah.
Versus back then when it was, and also I think when with any job, any passion that you start with, once money gets involved or like once it becomes a full-time thing, it's I am forgetting who said this, but it's a theory in psychology that once money gets involved in, even if it's your passion, even if you're a musician and you start playing music and earning from it, and it becomes a 9 to 5 thing for you, the what is that word? What is that word? The satisfaction that you get from it reduces, because then it becomes like a job. So it feels like that sometimes. I try to go back to my roots a lot.
Can't believe satisfaction is a stranger word.
I couldn't get it. Like, I don't know.
Basic English word.
Okay, I couldn't come up with it. Yeah, I still have those moments where I'm like, screw the numbers, I'll do what I want to do, and I think that's what I do.
But your core fans, like your core fans,
Yeah.
they want to see what you were doing earlier because they are following you.
Yeah, 100%. So there's a core YouTube loyal community who I absolutely love, and I'm so grateful for them. They will always stick around, and I'm grateful for that. And I've been able to build that because when I started the right way. I was putting out content that was of value. I was connecting with the audience. And now it's like you have to do things because you need the reach sort of a thing.
So again, you said the right way. So I really want you to tell the audience that what's the right way. Like a short right way definition we want from you.
Short right way definition. So like I'll go back to how I started, which was what the audience was liking to watch at that point. Now the YouTube studio is so advanced, and you can actually see what your viewers are watching or similar audiences are watching. So it helps a lot. So if any new creators who are starting their YouTube channels, you can always refer to the inspiration tab that's there. So it shows you what the audience is watching in general. So that's how I started to learn your audience, gauge what they are looking for, and then make content around it. But obviously you need to enjoy what you are making as well.
So you balanced both the things, like what people want to see versus what you want to make, what you want to sell.
Correct. I maintained a 3:1 ratio where 3 videos were for the audience and 1 was for what I wanted to make. So that's what I did.
That's great. And Sen, speaking of the algorithms, what's your take on algorithm? When you started, how was it? And now because also we are seeing that also the shift of algorithm. We also have many resources. Like earlier back in time, we didn't had many resources. Now on Instagram also we have inspiration tab and everything. Yeah, reels and everything. So what's your take on the?
So I never think the changes in algorithm are a bad thing. Like I always treat it like Instagram and Facebook are like commercial, are like someone has rented their flat to you for Airbnb, right?
Yeah.
Commercial real estate है वो.
हाँ.
अब वो जो लैंडलॉर्ड है, which is Meta,
Yeah.
वो अपना कभी भी अग्रीमेंट में चेंजेस कर सकता है, राइट? कि तेज म्यूजिक नहीं बजाना, ये नहीं करना, म्यूजिक हिंदी वाला मत बजाओ, ये बजाओ, वो बजाओ. So all that is Meta changing the algorithms,
Yeah.
right? But you still have that space.
Yes.
You have to respect that you get to post on Instagram.
Okay.
You get to post on Instagram, so obviously it cannot be like, obviously you can post whatever you want to post, but don't expect it to get results.
Okay.
It has to be according to Instagram, it has to be according to YouTube, and I really respect that.
Yeah.
Like I thank YouTube and Meta for letting me post and letting me make money off of it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see algorithm as a very evil thing that people have made it out to be. Now sorry, what was the question?
Algorithm when you started and like.
Oh yeah. So right now I think I am very happy to create as so okay. So there's a very famous creator, Varun Maya. He has a theory where whatever value you want to give to views is the carbs, the carbohydrates, right? So he's like, you create a protein-packed burger, but it is supposed to have that cheese and that burger bun.
Yeah.
That has to look super, like with the sesame seeds. It has to look really good, like a very
Mouth
tempting burger.
watering.
Exactly. But अंदर का जो protein है, that patty that exists inside the burger has to be rich of protein. Like it has to be lean meat, chicken की patty हो जाए एकदम, ठीक है? So that way, I just feel like, okay, I want to give this value to the viewer, but I know that the algorithm will only get me views if I pack it like a candy.
Yeah.
Like अंदर chicken है, lean एकदम grilled chicken है, but उसके ऊपर candy की packaging है, right?
Yeah.
So that way, I think algorithm is great. Plus, the best thing is, as you said, there are so many tools now.
Yeah.
You can crack the algorithm.
Yeah.
Right. So as long as your main aim is to give value,
Yeah.
just create whatever the algorithm wants and just give value. And your satisfaction should come from the giving of value.
But then algorithm is changing constantly, and when I say constantly, it's changing rapidly. 3 महीने में बदल जाता है
I want to
Instagram
add
का.
something here to what he said, which is that that you respect Meta and whatever you said, which is great. But my point is that Meta doesn't reward the creator. Now, Meta is my perspective is that all these Meta platforms, Instagram, for example, is because of the creators, right?
Yes, I agree.
Very recently, I think they introduced a couple of features like add music to your profile and add 20 things to your
Post, carousel, yeah.
Correct. But there are a lot of and these are just conversations that I've seen on threads. Actually, a lot of creators are struggling with reach, and you will get that reach. Like I know San is so good with his content that he knows what works with his audience.
Yeah.
But what if a creator doesn't want to do that funny hook, or they just want to be themselves and they don't want to just feed into what the audience wants? I think it's a different. You need to play that game to get that reach. So my problem with Meta is just that why do you have the disparity between someone who's giving you a hook and catches on to the audience? Because then it becomes a viewer. They're rewarding the viewers.
But I guess they just want people to
Stay on the app.
Stay on the
Correct.
app and their platform. That's it.
Correct, I agree.
Exactly. How does Meta make money? Through ads. Ads कब देखेंगे लोग जब
जब वो
time spent on
चलाएंगे,
app is
हाँ.
correct. Time
Correct.
spent on app, and that's all they care about.
But what if creators stop creating content on Meta?
वो नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि
वो
उनका
नहीं
भी पैसा बन
करेंगे,
रहा
but
है.
like hypothetically.
Question तो कुछ भी हो सकता है.
Hypothetically, तो exactly my point.
No,
Thank
my point is that I think they should reward the creators a lot more than just introducing random features.
I guess they should give a leverage to every creator who is creating that. Maybe they can be a bit leverage on pushing the content. If someone
But
is trying,
I think what they are doing for
will
this is giving tools.
Okay,
उससे ज़्यादा क्या
explain to
चाहिए?
me why, say, a 100K page gets only a 2% reach.
or reach.
Okay.
Explain that to me.
I'll tell you. Views do not come from
Their
the-
followers, it comes to non-followers on Reels.
If you let me complete,
Go on.
no.
Yeah.
Views do not come from, okay, I'll create the best content. No. Views come from, I'll create content that will get me maximum watch time. That is it. That is the game.
Watch time will get you more views, the more
Correct.
people. Yeah.
That is it. It does not mean, okay, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
If I sit right here and this is my frame, right?
Yeah.
What is more aesthetic? If I put a very beautiful vase right here, right? That is more aesthetic, but it won't get me views. But if I sit here and I, instead of saying, I think 5 tips for creators are blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Instead of that, I say 5 biggest mistakes that creators do
Yeah.
is this.
That'll get you views.
Correct. So it's about, because it's watch time. I didn't
It's
add to the
hook.
aesthetic.
That's exactly what I said. It's the hook.
Exactly. So you have to strategize.
The game is to hook the audience on that.
Yeah.
That,
But also-
for shorts, definitely yes.
But also, Meta doesn't pay creators on Instagram yet. They do not in India.
Earlier they used to do, right?
I don't know. I mean, I
when
think
they
there was
launched Reels, they
it was a beta feature, but I think not in the like American creators in some specific countries get paid, like how AdSense is on YouTube, but not Indian creators.
Coming to you, you said that you know the one thing to crack the audience, you know how your audience, what they want to see, and you have researched it. So can you please share some of the tips how creators who are looking and who want to become successful content creators, they can research about their audience, they can, you know, have this specific thing in their hand that this is one thing my audience wants to see. So any recipe or tips?
I don't think I know it. I don't think I've cracked it. But yes, I can. I know what minimum amount of views I can get with like
Yeah,
whatever.
that we want to know.
Yes,
Kaise
yeah.
hoga?
So as you said in the beginning, also every 3 months it changes. But the core concept remains the same, which is watch time. So you have to split your okay. I think one thing that people really need to learn, and you should pay for a very good course for this, is storytelling.
Okay.
You know, I'll give you a very basic concept that I recently started using, and that has bumped my watch time, right? It is that when you end a sentence, the next sentence cannot start with and.
Okay.
So, like if you say, I'm wearing this shirt and then I'm wearing this pant. Instead, by principles of storytelling, you should do, I'm wearing this shirt, but I think I should wear this pant or this pant, right? When you use the word but,
Yeah.
right, for connecting sentences,
Yeah.
according to the concepts of storytelling, that's where the viewer is like, but what? But what, bro? Just tell me.
Okay. So
Yeah.
they'll wait
Yeah.
and see
Yeah.
what is it.
Correct. So they're like, bhai, ab kya hoga? Right? So you have to keep creating that feeling inside the viewer. Like, what is going to happen next? What is going to happen next?
Okay.
Right? As simple as if you have a tips video, right? You're giving 5 tips. Uske third tip ke baad, you have to say, these 3 tips, these 3 tips were like, whatever, okay.
Yeah.
But the next 2 tips are going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So after watching those 3 tips, generally people are like, हाँ ठीक है 3 देख लेना but ठीक है. But when they listen to the next 2 tips are going to be
The
crazy, they're
fifth tip will
"Bro,
blow your mind.
chal
Yeah.
bat-" Exactly.
Yeah. I've
Right.
seen the reels.
So you have to do that, and it's all about hooking the audience, right? That is all that matters. Nothing else matters at all. To be very honest, a little controversial opinion, aesthetics also don't matter.
Okay.
Aesthetics matter only for brand value, not for views.
Okay.
Of course, aesthetics are better brand value, more product you can sell, more brands you will get, agreed,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But like views, no change.
So aesthetics are not making any major change, but yes.
For money, yes, but for views, no. For views, it's only about just having the viewer intrigued. They have to be very interested in what's going to happen the next second.
So according to you, a reel or maybe you can say a reel which is 1 minute and a reel which is 10 or 15 seconds. So, you know, people generally say that shorter the duration, more the retention,
No, I don't believe that.
and hashtags and SOE keywords. What your take on that?
So SEO is dead, of course.
SEO is dead.
People, I mean, platforms say it themselves.
Yeah.
Even the founder of Instagram said hashtags don't matter.
Hashtags he said, but SEO I don't know.
SEO in general on YouTube is dead. If you go to any agency also, no, right now, who used to do SEO, they're closing down their SEO department.
Okay, तो वो भी बंद हो गया अभी.
Because on YouTube now only watch time matters.
And Instagram.
Instagram, the thing is, it's more about so short reel versus long reel. The thing is, if you can hook the audience onto a longer reel, then of course the longer reel will do better.
Yeah.
But kabhi for some concepts, only a short reel can do it justice because you want that mystery factor, right? You want repeated views.
Yeah.
For example, you do a get ready with me and जो get ready with me की final outfit है वो अच्छे से नहीं दिखाई, सिर्फ एक एंगल दिखाया, तो इंसान वेट करता रह गया भाई बाकी एंगल्स कहाँ हैं, तो वापस रील शुरू हो गया, वो वेट कर अबे ठीक है वापस देखता हूँ क्या था इसमें, अबे ये क्या है कहाँ है,
तो वो ऐसे लेकर के then they see and if you both of you create separate fashion content, so if I like your outfit आपने एक ही एंगल दिखाया, so I'll just stick in my screenshot ले लूँगी because I also want to make the same thing, so that's maybe
correct. So it's all that, वही ना वो next क्या होगा वो same factor है. And for like if it's like a one shot reel और ऊपर कुछ funny caption लिखना है तो 1 मिनट तक थोड़ी ना चलाएगा कोई, तब तो लोग चाहेंगे
1 मिनट में I guess आपने जो story telling वाला बोला ना उसमें it works, right? So also how do you stay true to your audience while working with the brands you want to work with, like big brands, and how do you stay authentic with your audience? Any tips or tricks, or do you do that or not?
What do you mean? Like when I'm doing a branded sponsorship?
Yeah, like when you get a brand deal, and they have certain criteria and guidelines, you have to follow, but that इतनी लंबी रील अगर मैं बनाऊंगी तो of course मेरे audience नहीं देखेंगे, and what they want ये वो नहीं है, so
you have to, I think brands are now a lot more open to listening to the creator, so
maybe with creators with big followers, like
no, it's actually not true. It's just that the smaller creators, or I'd say the micro creators, they don't know that. Even when I was a smaller creator, when a brand would approach me, I want to work with them. Like I'm so excited that the brand is approaching me that I will not put my foot down for anything, because I'll be like, if I say something, I won't get to work with them. But as you grow in that space, you start realizing that you have to do this because you need to maintain your authenticity. So even if like smaller creators are watching this, you should still put your foot down, because ultimately the brand is leveraging your platform. So what you said about how to maintain their authenticity, it has to be a conversation before the content is created. That's a conversation you need to have with the brand. I mean, a lot of times I have said something without reasoning as to why I want to do this initially when I used to do it, and they have not agreed. But when you really have to explain as to, okay, why do you think the integration should happen at, say, a 2-minute mark and not a 30-second mark? You give them the reasoning, you give them the insights, that show them the watch time. My watch time drops here, so there's literally no point to integrate it later or integrate it earlier, because the engagement will drop out much earlier than that. So there's a sweet spot you need to integrate it at. So if you just reason it out, back it up with facts and insights and numbers, then I think brands are a lot more open, because ultimately the goal of the brand is to promote their product, and the goal of the creator is to do justice to the brand.
To the brand and to the audience.
Exactly, and to the audience, while integrating your own authenticity. So it's honestly all about discussions. Some brands still are a little, they're not very...
Anal.
Yeah, they're not very open to, they're like, नहीं मुझे हमें ऐसे ही
चाहिए. Yeah, they're very rigid.
Very rigid. But I think now the whole brand guidelines with ad needs to be mentioned, sponsors. So the viewers are also smart enough and they know that this is an ad, which is why engagement on ads is usually lower, because they see the ad and it's like.
And when you write the ad, a paid partnership, वो वैसे ऐसे कर देते हैं, नहीं तो बेच रहे हैं कुछ.
Exactly, and brands also know that, so they also understand कि
आजकल तो I've also seen that brands also tell you to not put that ad a paid partnership label.
In fact, brands actually they sort of make it mandatory that you have to put it there, because because of the guidelines. It's like
it's a legal thing.
It's a legal thing now. Like they need to put it out there, so they ensure that the creator puts it.
And your take on this?
My audience is always, they get very excited when a brand deal comes. So yeah, so there's something called paneer posting. Do you know? Paneer posting means so it's like for any branded post, they'll start commenting paneer post. Paneer post means you'll get to eat paneer today because you earn from this. It's a funny meme thing that goes on on
ये नहीं
Instagram.
पता था हमें.
You live in some different space of the internet because I have no idea where this happens. No one's commenting paneer post on my sponsored code.
Yeah, they're like cottage cheese post. But no.
Tofu.
How are
Tofu.
you staying authentic to your audience with the brand?
Again, I don't. So I am very selective with brands. I would only work with brands who would let me create the concept I want to create.
Okay.
Right. So concept has to be mine. Now there is one thing that I do when I work on brand deals, which is if they have small things like no, the ad should come here and
Yeah.
product should be shown here, and वो छोटी छोटी चीजें होती है ना, I can't do back and forth, and this is wrong. I should be saying okay, no, I want to do this, I want to do this. It's just that I don't like arguments. Like I hate when people are argumentative, so I don't want.
the place.
Yeah, I'm like okay, whatever you say, I'll do it because it's not affecting the value that I'm giving.
Yeah.
For example, they just like the product, if you can just show it in the first 10 seconds. मुझे क्या दिख जाए भाई product, मुझे क्या है, ठीक है. Right, you're paying for it, you're paying a good amount, ठीक है भाई, मैं क्यों लड़ूं उनसे? So that way I'm very chill. Other than that, I think yeah, that's it.
So, any stories if you guys have when you turned down the brand deal because it doesn't align with your value?
A lot of times. You wanna go first?
Doesn't, I mean, so how it works is the whole influencer space works is either an agency will reach out to you who's representing a brand, or a brand will reach out to you directly. So there's not been only once that I can remember, once or twice. One was probably what is that brand? So some brand, I don't want to name it, but they sold.
Oh, shit. We thought you'd name it.
I actually don't remember the name. I would have named it if I remembered, but
Yeah.
you would probably know. So they sell products that sort of target women insecurities, like things like don't even need like intimate lightening washes and like things like that. And I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember, but I'm sure I don't know. I don't know if you guys wouldn't know the brand. But so
I
this specific,
surprisingly do. Because I've
You
seen
know?
an ad. I've seen an ad.
Yeah, please tell.
I can't remember the name.
No, I don't remember the
I
brand
don't wanna-
name, but I've seen this product, Intimate
So
Lightning.
they do like
Intimate line.
lightening washes, and I'm like, that's it, it's not required. So a lot of these products, it's not the brand, it's the product they're trying to sell, and ultimately obviously the brand. It's happened once, so that was a no. And also like I think there was an intimate sexual hygiene brand that wanted to work. I would have loved to work with him, just that because a lot of my family watches the content. I don't think I'm comfortable enough right now to post about that on my feed, but yeah.
So this was one thing when you turned down that brand. Yeah. What are the common misconceptions which about influencers and the work goes behind? Like, people see it all glamorous, but there's a lot more going behind the scenes. So there are some misconceptions about that. People
Yeah.
take it as like, ये तो खाली reel बना रहे हैं. It's so easy. So would you spill the tea on the behind the scenes thing?
It's very taxing to be a creator, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
it's not that easy.
it's not easy at all, especially if you're doing it full time, and if you're doing it full time, and if that is your career, it's not easy at all because your life tends to start revolving around content. While talking about behind the scenes, in fact, when you're shooting, it's not just you're in front of a camera and just shooting content from scratch, like ideating, researching, storyboarding, writing, scripting, directing, editing, setting up your people who don't have a team. Like I also shoot like self shoot content. I self edit, so I'm doing everything by myself. So for like a 30-second reel, there is a 3-hour work that's gone into it, at least minimum, I'd say, which people don't see. So yeah, a lot of people tend to think that it's easy to be a creator, but it's not. Like the grass is always greener on the other side.
And your take or your views on behind the scenes and what people have the conceptions about the glamorous world they just see on the app or the Instagram or YouTube, and behind the scenes.
I honestly believe I have a very different view. I think it's also glamorous behind the scenes.
But people don't know that.
No.
People don't know that. Correct. Agreed. I just think behind the scenes when you're working also, no, this sort of glamour, like when you're, it's just like when you're preparing for, say, something like Fashion Week or creating a movie, right? You're on that set, right? So it's obviously glamorous. Like everyone around you, most of them are creatives.
Yeah.
It's always fun to be around creatives, right? So I think behind the scenes is also extremely good. You just have to find the reason to be very motivated behind the scenes also. If you're done with that, everything seems glamorous. Glamorous is not a negative word. Glamorous is a very positive word, right?
Yeah. But then people have the misconception.
Yeah, but like for example, if you see a glamorous photo on an Instagram feed, the person doesn't know that you've stood in the heat for 5 hours to get get that one photo.
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally, when I'd gone to Dubai for Fashion Week and we were shooting, and the weather there is insane. Now a reel that you'll see, I'm sweating like crazy. My videographer is sweating and he's carrying a heavy gimbal. So it's not just the creator, but also the team itself, the people involved. It's not possible to shoot in 45 degrees under the heat. But what you see as the result, you will not feel like that person was in 45
The picture was hot.
Yeah.
So was the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but we didn't knew the environment. We just got
Yeah.
Exactly. It was really difficult to shoot there because it's just not easy. So that bit is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not enjoying.
Agreed.
I'm really not enjoying sweating my ass off for
Okay,
like 4 hours.
I agreed to the fact that I think I interchanged fun and glamorous.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes are not okay. They're
Oh, yeah,
not
it's
glamorous.
fun. Yeah.
They're fun, and
Yeah.
even when I'm in a shoot that's very difficult, I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah.
But that's because I don't shoot in the sun. मेरा तो
Yeah. No, but if I want that
non-negotiable है.
sun-kissed photo,
मुझे
I'm
चाहिए ही नहीं वो फोटो जिसमें मेरे को गर्मी में खड़ा होना पड़े. मैं तो नॉन नेगोशिएबल है मेरे लिए. गर्मी में तो जाऊंगा ही नहीं.
But behind the scenes वो struggle होता है जो लोगों को नहीं पता. But they judge ना. People are very judgmental.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
when it comes to content creation and creator industry, people are judgmental. You know, the incident happened when influencer recently, she died falling.
This on the hill slope.
Yeah, and waterfall.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
And the people were so judgmental. Like she literally had 4,000 comments in her last post, and people are saying कि influencers deserve करते हैं ये सब करते ही क्यों हैं? So they're really harsh with creators. So this is one thing that triggers me the most.
I think this internet has become a space where any there's so much anonymity that आप अपनी भड़ास निकाल सकते हो किसी भी चीज पे कुछ भी देख के no one knows who you are, what you're commenting, but so it's just easier for people to.
Yeah, people are like that. Yeah. Let's talk about your brands. Both of you have launched your own brands. You have /O and you have Urban Needs. So I want to know that what was the idea behind both of you launching the respective brands? What gap in the market did you see while launching the brand, and what is it about? I want to know. We want to know.
I start?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, when I started, I didn't see a gap. I didn't do any analysis. I was like, as always, I don't do any strategy analysis or anything. I was like, "Karo bhai." And the reason I did it was my audience was after my life, and my whole comment section was filled with, "You should launch your own brand. You should launch your own brand. अगर ये तेरे को टी-शर्ट इतनी गंदी लगी इस हॉल में तो अपनी बना दे." I was like, okay.
Challenge दे रहे हैं और fans also want you to see.
Yeah. So that way I get triggered. Like if it's a challenge, until someone says that this is a challenge, I'm just like, हाँ ठीक है. If someone says this is a challenge, I'm like, okay, bring it on. Yeah. And so that way I just started, and since I created it for my fan base, it was more of, I asked them what kind of fit do you want, what colors do you want, etc. So it was all them deciding everything. So when I launched it, we were sold out like within a very short time. And then later, when I started studying about the D2C market, I realized that the next wave of brands is going to be distribution led. And distribution is very easy for creators to build. So I was like, this is the right business decision, and now I want to go all in. Then I invested money, and then I was like, let's make this big.
And आपने अपना जो वो था जो आपका dress, like whatever the t-shirt, and you also gave it to Badsha.
Yeah.
So any personal experience when you were making it, what was happening?
When I was making it, it's so essentially it's a design that we already had. It's our most famous design. It's called Solitude, right? वो black t-shirt है, उसके ऊपर एक wolf है, red से text है. It's a very famous design, right? Now, his new album had just launched, and I wanted to gift him something when I went on in that event. It was a YouTube, very close event, like very few creators were there. So I printed a t-shirt just for him, right? And when I gifted it to him, I was really happy कि भाई मैं बादशाह भाई को दे रहा हूँ वो t-shirt. Once he took it, and then he's like, आपका नाम मैंने कहा San. He was like, अरे आपको तो देखता हूँ मैं Instagram पे.
So good.
And then I was like, wow. And then I went and checked. He has actually liked my reels. उससे पहले उन्होंने like करी हुई. So he sees my Get Ready With Me's.
Oh, wow. That's so
So I was like, bro, he knows me, and he said it on a public platform that he's seen my not knows me, but like he's seen my content, right?
Absolutely.
And that was like really cool. Yeah.
And about you?
Again, a very different reason to why I started a brand. So I was actually trying to fill a market gap, and so as a content creator, now I've been doing this full time for 5.5 years, and I feel like for every creator, you have to ultimately take an entrepreneurial route. You can't just rely on content, and I also really believe that you need to have multiple sources of income. And I did want to build a brand from a long time, and my content on YouTube, if you see, is all about building your foundation of a wardrobe the right way.
Yeah.
So Slash was all about the basics that a woman, like it's a women brand, women footwear brand to begin with, but we do plan to expand it later. So it is to basically get your basics right to begin with, because I feel like a wardrobe should have the foundations right, and then you can, build multiple outfits out of that. So the idea was I did not see enough sneakers to begin with out there that are priced at a certain range, like all are, and a good quality. Like if you go to Myntra, you will see tons of sneakers for 700 rupees, 800 rupees. आपको मिल जाएंगे सस्ते जूते. But when you see the pictures, reviews, you can see that it's like not good quality. It's that cheap plastic. It's a cheap quality. So it doesn't look nice. It looks plasticky. It's not plastic. My bad. So the idea was to build a good brand, good quality at an affordable price.
Okay.
So all our shoes are under 2,000 rupees, and they're extremely versatile.
Yeah.
And the idea is to build a brand that we're trying to tell people you don't need like 10 different shoes. You need that one pair which you can style. Yeah, that's correct. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's a little game time now. Rapid fire questions. एक एक करके आप आंसर देना है ना questions.
Buzzer है?
एक करके, like, is it the same question for both of
Yeah.
us? Okay.
So a brand collaboration that's on your bucket list.
You want to go first?
No, you'll go first. Ladies first.
Brand collaborations.
That's on
I have worked with a lot of bucket list brands of mine. It's not a brand, but I'd like to do bigger campaigns with brands maybe I've already worked with already. So,
Name.
I just did a Gucci campaign, but would like to do it at a bigger scale. Even any brands I've already worked with, like a L'Oreal or a Dyson, I'd want to continue working with them, but like bigger campaigns.
Slasho.
Oh, I want to. Yeah, I would love to work with Urban Names as well.
Okay.
We would.
The most overrated trend on Instagram right now. Overrated trend.
We were just talking about that. I don't think trends are any overrated trend, but the fact that you have to go find that trending music, I find that very annoying to nowadays everyone wants to get that trending music, and you have to make content that trending music to make your reach a lot more. I find that overrated.
That is overrated according to you. And according to you?
This new wave of using subtitles in every reel. I hate it.
I love it.
No, I just want to put text where I want to put text.
True.
But this fact that कि भाई कोई बिना म्यूजिक के भी सुन रहा हो सकता है रील तो
Exactly,
अरे
yeah.
क्यों देख रहे हो भाई बिना म्यूजिक? तुम क्लास में बैठ के क्यों रील देख रहे हो?
अरे क्योंकि ऑडियंस तो तुम्हारी वही है ना, कॉलेज के.
नहीं तो क्लास के बाहर देखो, ऑफिस में बैठ के रील देखो, तुम्हारी गलती है ना, पीछे से बॉस खड़ा हो रहा है.
Okay, one thing you would never post on Instagram.
I have never posted, or I would never.
You'd never post.
Same thing only. I mean, I don't know anything that I don't know, like, because my family is so involved in my content, just something that would make them uncomfortable.
Okay, and you?
Anything related to money.
Okay. Reels or stories? What's your favorite way to engage?
Engage. Stories.
Stories.
The weirdest comment you have ever received?
Wanna go first?
No, I don't have. You go first.
You don't have a weird comment.
तो दोनों की फोटो पे साथ में होगा ना?
हाँ, maybe his comment, yeah, like this Bhabhi, that's his Bhabhi comments. I don't read his
मेरे
comment
लाइव पे
section.
आते हैं इशिता भाभी का है.
हाँ, I don't remember. Yeah, but it's not weird because it doesn't come on mine. It comes
It's
in
not
his.
weird for me. I think
Yeah.
it's sweet. But like the weirdest DM I've received is weirdest DM and the scariest. भैया मैं आपके घर के नीचे खड़ा हूँ, नीचे आ जाओ. Like a fan was actually standing there.
Weird but also cute ना.
but that's
dude, that's a stalker.
But ये स्टॉक दे कितना प्यार करता होगा.
मिला भाई मैं उसको अच्छे से बात भी
और
की.
मैसेज नहीं देखा होता तो.
मैसेज
खड़ा
नहीं
रहता
होता
वो.
तो खड़ा रहता.
ये तो मैसेज देख लिया है ना. One influencer whose wardrobe you would love to steal.
She's an international creator. I don't know her nationality, but her name is Leonie Han. I think that's how you pronounce it.
You love her wardrobe.
Yeah. Just steal it.
Spotlight shift.
I think Galax is again an international creator. His style is really good.
What's one thing people don't know about being an influencer?
That it's not all glam and like fun. It can take a toll on your mental health also because you get so involved in numbers. If one content piece doesn't do well and then
And you've created बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत लगी है उस पे and it doesn't.
exactly, so it can take a toll on your mental health.
And what's one thing?
I think people don't realize it's way cooler than they think it is. It is super fun. There is nothing that's more fun than this.
They take it as easy. They think it's very easy, but they
It's not
don't.
easy, of course.
They don't take it as
It
fun.
has perks and then people shit on us also for having the perks. So
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but it's not about kitna picture visible. I'm just saying the total life is the best possible.
But what he is saying is true कि वो fun तो पता ही नहीं है किसी को भी कि वो fun भी हो सकता है. What's your secret sauce for keeping your followers engaged during a social media algorithm shift? Secret sauce.
secret sauce, I mean, stories, because stories is something the algorithm doesn't change for stories. So just like share more of my daily life, daily routine and everyone.
That's quite engaging.
Yeah.
Just follow the Instagram blog religiously. जो algorithm का change है चुपचाप मान जाओ उसको.
मत करो कुछ भी उस पे. What's one rumor about you that you like to clear up?
I haven't heard any rumors about myself.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, definitely. I'll clear them.
People think that you guys are dating.
We're not.
Not.
We're not dating.
We're
We're just
not?
friends.
Oh, we're not.
We're just friends. Yeah.
We're just friends.
It's not. Yeah.
Okay. If you could swap lives with another influencer for a day, who would it be?
I like my life, yeah. I wouldn't swap my life, yeah. No, wait, I would swap it with Ori. I just feel like he's just living a really fun life. He's an influencer. Everyone with that kind of a following is an influencer. Ori is an influencer.
No, but I think it's not just about following. I think people get influenced by him. Not fashion.
But he's just so fun. Like, I love his life. It's
Yeah.
just so fun to look
People
at, and he's
want
such
to
a
know
fun
what's
guy.
happening.
Yeah.
What does he do, by the way?
That's a question that only Ori can answer. I think he's a liver. That's what he said he is. He's a liver.
One post you regret uploading, but it's
मैंने तो आंसर दिया ही
stories.
पिछले वाला.
हाँ बोलो.
For a day, I'd like to swap lives with this creator called Passenger Paramveer. He's always traveling and he posts vlogs about it and he travels to the weirdest places ever. So I want to do that for a day.
Okay. One post you regret uploading, but it surprisingly went viral.
I don't regret posting anything, but there are many pieces that I thought would not do well, but they did really well. I had done actually a family. Oh yeah, I'd done a prank on my family, which was dog poop. I have 3 dogs at home, so I'd put like a fake dog poop on like different places of the house, and I was pranking each family member. It's hilarious. I didn't think it would cross like a crotch. It would cross like 1 million views or something. So it was fun.
But you don't regret uploading it?
Yeah. I don't regret. I haven't posted anything that I regret. So.
Again, not regret, but like it's just that I posted this one reel which was funny to me at that time and to other people also. It got like 5-6 million views. But then it got me followers who were probably not interested in fashion. So the reel I posted after that, it tanked.
Which reel was this?
Long back, 2 years back.
What
I
was it
posted
about?
something. I don't know, maybe I was wearing a jacket and I said some upar kuch. There was some audio which I lip synced to and then wrote a funny caption.
Okay.
I shouldn't have posted.
You regret? Okay, another game is two truth and one lie.
So I have to guess the lie.
No, you have to tell us
Oh, I have
two
to tell.
truths and one lie about you, and respectively you.
And will you guess what the lie
No,
is?
audience will guess.
Oh, okay.
We'll not reveal anything.
Okay. You go first. I have to think.
I don't have to think. अच्छा मैं तो सोचता ही नहीं ना.
हाँ, आप तो sudden
Exactly.
decisions.
One is I'm dating.
Okay.
Who?
यही है, इतना ही है. I'm dating.
Okay.
Second is I love content. I love editing. That's the second
Second point.
point.
Okay.
And
Think.
this is my first podcast.
Okay. Let audience guess which is which now. Ishita.
I've thought of the truth. I can't think of the lie.
बताना कुछ भी नहीं है.
अच्छा, okay.
हाँ.
क्या?
कुछ 3 statements बोल दो अपने
हाँ,
बारे
okay,
में.
fine.
Let people guess.
I can write with both my hands at the same time.
Was that called Dextro something?
Yeah. Dexter something. It's
Dextro. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
I can write in Urdu.
Second.
And I'm a trained Bharatnatyam dancer.
So, what are your future goals? Future plans? Any upcoming exciting project on the table which we can expect?
I think most of my focus right now is to work on Slasho and grow the brand and try to build products that the customers are loving, which they are. I mean, the feedback we've gotten is amazing, how comfortable they are. So just work on the brand, help. And I also want to leverage my personal brand to grow, Slasho. So that's the aim. And I don't think I've achieved so much yet. There's still so much on my wish list and my vision board that I want to do. So
any upcoming projects, exciting project we can expect?
I mean, nothing worth mentioning right now, but I mean, you guys will see it if
We
when
can
it
expect
comes.
something.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Spotlight shifts.
Question again, please.
What are your plans for future? Like any upcoming projects on the table?
Okay. I also agree. I mean, I don't think achieved so much is the right phrase, because that means that puts you in a comparison perspective. That's what I believe. Other than that, lots is to come, dude. What I want to do is just live the same way that I'm living.
Okay.
I think it's getting me good stuff in my life, so I just want to do that. I want to, as I say in my content also, I want to optimize my life for masti. So the more masti I have, the more I earn, is what I've realized. So that way I'm good with that. Other than that, I think I'm working on bigger projects in edtech also, and just in urban needs. Apart from clothes, a lot is gonna come.
Oh,
by
we can
the-
expect something
Yeah,
exciting.
for sure.
Okay. So one piece of advice you would like to give to aspiring creators who are starting their content
Yeah.
creation journey?
I would really advise you to be well versed
To
with
not do-
editing. So I see a lot of creators who have like basic editing skills, which is great to start with, but you need to hone your editing skills, is what I would say, and your film, like your storytelling and editing, you need, like, don't rely on someone else to do it, because only you can know how your content needs to be represented. So it's important. I mean, it's very important to build a team as well, but if there is a time and moment where you don't have anyone and it's just you, which will be the case when you're starting off, so it's important to build your own skills.
Okay. And one piece of advice you would like to give?
I think these days everything, like there's a tutorial for everything.
Yeah.
So any skill you can learn online, right? The only thing an aspiring content creator needs to remember is you will be the only one doing it. No one is coming to help you. No one is coming to save you. You just have to, every night you sleep, you just have to tell yourself, bro, you just have to do this. You have to keep going. You can't stop, because you'll face a lot of backlash. people will make fun of you. There is no other way, right? But you have to do that self-talk, that positive self-talk, and just keep telling yourself, just keep doing, and I will succeed. So that's all. Other than that, Saturday resources hain.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you
you
so much
for
for
having
being here.
us on the podcast.
Yeah, like, we were glad to have you, and such an inspiring, insightful conversation we had. I hope it will help many of the aspiring creators. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Stay tuned for more such inspiring stories, and don't forget to share your guesses in the comments below.